serving 30 years for racketeering and sex trafficking. And the former girlfriend of Sean Diddy Combs, known as Jane, testified for a fifth day, claiming he watched as she and others were forced to sleep with men. She also accused him of abuse. Combs has pleaded not guilty to sex trafficking and other charges. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
South LA on the 110 northbound at Manchester Avenue. A crash has been cleared to the shoulder. Delays are backing up off of the 105. Also, the drive is going to be slow in downtown Los Angeles, 110 northbound between the 10 and the 101. We're seeing some cloudy conditions out of Los Feliz, 5 southbound leading to Feliz Boulevard as you continue ahead towards Stadium Way. And in Commerce on the 5 southbound, more slowing from the 710 freeway as you continue ahead to the 605.
Is your concrete cracking? Is your uneven walkway dangerous? Do you need to level that concrete porch or patio? Contact Groundworks, the concrete lifting experts. Riverside, get your free inspection today. Learn more at groundworks.com.
At the tone, please record your message.
You ready?
Drop it! Mr. Travis Smiley, preach it. Thank you, man. Politics in this country is crazy. You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. We know that I am part of the resistance.
Yo, what it do? Hey, please hit that like button for your brother.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly
What up?
what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light. For someone like me, vulnerability isn't second nature. It's uncomfortable, it's unfamiliar, and to be totally
Wait. You know I don't like this lady. Is this the lady that's wearing the mask? She's wearing a ski mask in the video. Oh, Lord. There are people out here like this. I don't want to demonize her, but my goodness, feels really dark to me. Andy, bring her back to the top, and let's listen very intently to what she's saying, because at least she's giving up game.
For someone like me, vulnerability isn't second nature. It's uncomfortable, it's unfamiliar, and to be totally transparent, it's extremely high risk. That's what it feels like the most. It feels extremely high risk. If you've ever felt safer keeping things to yourself or know someone that does, this video is for you. Family, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Eleanor and this is Dismissible Me, where I speak only about dismissive avoidant attachment from the perspective of someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know where you are watching from, and be sure to check out the playlist. Find me on Instagram where I'm most active. All of my information is down below in the description box. And getting right into today's video, why vulnerability feels unsafe for me as someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style. I have several reasons here, but the number one reason and the thing that I'm going to start with first is vulnerability feels like giving away control. Like on many different levels, it feels like I'm giving a lot of myself away. It feels like I'm doing too much too soon. It feels like I'm giving someone that I may not know, or I'm still on the fence about, not sure about the long-term future of something. And I'm giving them information that they could twist or use against me. You know, it just feels like a lot. So for me, that's the number one reason why I'm very slow to open up or to get close to someone, not just emotionally but like physically also. It's like it's just a lot. It's giving away a lot of power. It's giving away a lot of me to tell you about me or to get close to you in a particular way. So that's why it feels unsafe. And because I'm used to unsafe people or people who didn't know how to respect my boundaries or respect my information, or they just decided it was in their best interest to mishandle me, it doesn't feel safe to be vulnerable.
Man, get her out of here. I'm a human being. My spirit is calling me to empathize. My spirit is calling me to empathize. When we talk about any of the insecure attachment styles in the attachment theory system, John Bowlby, Mary Ainsworth, et al., we know that the insecure styles of attachment are ways, we know that there are ways to manipulate, to get what they didn't get in childhood. We know that. So a part of me wants to empathize. Okay, you came from an environment that was the perfect storm for you to create dismissive avoidant attachment style. And for others, an anxious preoccupied attachment style. And for others, a fearful avoidant / disorganized attachment style. So part of me empathizes with the upbringing. Okay? But the way she talks so calmly about basically her manipulation of others, it's just so glib. It's so devoid of feeling. And I understand the avoidant types. There are two types, two types. You have the fearful avoidant or disorganized. Typically, those children were raised in an environment where they came to fear the primary caregiver. The primary caregiver terrorized them in some way. And that is the place they went to go get love. So imagine having to approach the source of love in terror. That's fearful avoidant. The fearful avoidant is a combination of the anxious preoccupied, the worthiness wound folk, the people who are trying to perform and tap dance to get mom's attention, to get mom or dad to be emotionally attuned. But then there's the dismissive avoidant. one who prioritizes independence, one who had to learn how to self-soothe, right? They may have had two parents in the household, but their emotional spectrum, the feeling across the board, only certain emotions were tolerated and accepted. They had to learn to suppress and repress their true expression, right? These people can be something. Listen, I'm a human being. I'm a work in progress, man. I'm a work in progress. I don't want to judge. That topic this leads us to our topic. Again, the clinicians are stepping up. Yesterday's topic was given to me by a clinical psychologist, right? Don't call it an L. It's an LL, a lesson learned or light leveraged. Tonight's topic was given to me by the same clinician, Dr. Stacy. And it's a doozy, and it fits the clip perfectly. The topic, are you ready? Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Get to your phone lines. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. You're invited. Everyone across the nation, you are invited. You are welcome to come in and share your thoughts in this national discussion. Listen to this topic. It's quite amazing. Be where your feet are. An intriguing look at what it means to be present. Let me say it one more time. I can't be vulnerable. No, it's too much to lose. I'd lose control. That's manipulation. Controlling other people, right? I'm giving up too much of myself. I don't know. I don't think. Let me say the topic again. Be where your feet are. An intriguing look at what it means to be present. Let's get deep. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. Get ready, get ready, get ready. You're listening to the Voice of Reason live on KBLA Talk 1580, live from the heart of Leimert Park, Little Africa town in Los Angeles. You know what it is. You know what it is. This is a national discussion right now because so many people play with relationships. Relationships is not the place to play. I learned it the hard way. Why? Because I was a player. I played the game. And typically, relationships are like Vegas. When you play and you stay too long in the play, the house always wins. Come on! 1-800-920-1580. What if presence isn't really peace? What if it's betrayal? What? That don't even make sense. What if presence isn't peace, but betrayal? For those forged in trauma, the now isn't a refuge, it's a battlefield where the nervous system, identity, and inherited survival contracts collide. The present moment exposes the absence of somatic safety, not its arrival. Here, mindfulness becomes performance, stillness becomes shutdown, and being here demands the surrender of the only self that ever kept you alive. True presence dismantles the persona, confronts inherited scripts, and serves loyalty to the suffering that made you lovable. Shh. I need you to hear that again. And it's not serves loyalty, it severs loyalty to the suffering that made you lovable. True presence dismantles the persona, confronts inherited scripts, and severs loyalty to the suffering that made you lovable. This isn't spiritual enlightenment. It's ego dismemberment, neurobiological resistance, and grief for the mask you mistake as you. You weren't avoiding presence. You were protecting the orphaned parts of you that new presence would mean their burial. The question is, can you stay away? Many of us will turn presence into freeze. Here, mindfulness becomes performance. Stillness becomes shutdown. Shutdown is freeze. You've heard of fight, flight, or freeze? Heavy stuff tonight. What if we got peace and stillness and all of that stuff wrong? What if we're using it wrong? It's not going to show up in our lives the way we want it to show up if we haven't done any work. So they become tools for escapism. The nervous system won't let you be here. When presence feels like a threat, as she stated in her, diatribe, vulnerability feels unsafe. Vulnerability is an extension of presence. Vulnerability is where you lay your wounds bare. To be vulnerable is to be objective. Krishnamurti called it choiceless awareness. The highest form of intelligence is to be able to observe without judgment. But when you've been molded into a monster who manipulates for supply, let me say it again. The nervous system won't let you be here when presence feels like a threat. Do you understand? We're going to explore how the body resists the now, how trauma locks perception into past threat cycles, and why presence is impossible without somatic safety. Is that your partner's responsibility or yours? The false self can't meditate. In other words, the false self can't be mindful. How performing calm is killing your presence. The false self can't meditate. How performing calm kills your presence. To be present is to be in the now, without the filter of the past, without your attachment style, right? Without your childhood trauma. The now is naked until you imprint it with that which hasn't been reconciled internally. When mindfulness becomes another mask, healing is delayed. Discover how the ego hijacks meditation as performance rather than surrender. What are we saying? Vulnerability is surrender. Presence is surrender. Too many people associate surrender with humiliation. Too many people associate humility with humiliation. 1-800-920-1580. A relationship can't work with someone else if you can't be present. I know people don't want to hear it put that way. Stillness as self-evasion. Stillness as self-avoidance. When silence is a trauma response. When we come forward, if you think you're right, I'm just getting started. Ooh. Hey, we lit tonight. Everybody hit that like button. Come on, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Nzinga, one of my moderators, is asking you guys to hit the like button. What your A? Be where your feet are. Everybody hit that like button. Hit that like button. Show your love. Talk to me. What y'all think about tonight's topic? What are those, Atala? L.S. Jefferson, blessing, 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 blessing. Hey, we're almost there. 6 more people. Hit that like button. The more likes we get an algorithm. YouTube starts to, squirrels is comedy. YouTube starts to push us out in the algorithm. They start to promote it. They start to let other people know this is the show you want to listen to. This is the one. Yeah, I don't know what squirrels mean. And we would love for you guys to participate. Non-judgmental space. Fishbone, Big Bro Zo, peace to you, bro. Be safe out there. No doubt, no doubt. The wolf moon is out tonight. Yes, yes, yes. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Y'all tell me, what do you think of the setup? What do you think of the setup? Do you guys want to talk about it? How are you present or not present in your relationship? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Y'all gonna talk to me now? Kenny Blessed, call in here. Call in here, Kenny Blessed. Ain't heard from you in a minute. Let's talk. BTW Media, humility isn't humiliation. Kenny Blessed, dope topic, fam. Yes, 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 yes. Everybody mad at DMV. 4 more likes. I wonder what amount of disassociation is healthy because, geez, I'm excited to not have to take pain medicine. Oh, shit. I always consider just my relationship with myself. My relationship is my business, I guess. Why, though? This does feel like one of those shows. Hey, it's one of them shows. Yesterday was one of them shows. Don't take it as an L, take it as an LL. We need Reggie on the lines tonight. Reggie has been incognito, but I understand. People are busy. Their lives are shifting. Schedules are shifting. I'm just grateful that you guys are here. We need one more like. I'll hold my vote for the second hour. Fishbone in the building. You should give us a call too, Fishbone. Here we go.
Anyone has ever practiced meditation? You sit still and you focus on one thing. When they say clear your mind, that's not true. You don't clear your mind, that's impossible. But you do focus on one thing. It could be your breath, it could be your mantra, it could be a dot on the wall, it could be a sound, it doesn't matter. The point is you focus on one thing. And when you get distracted or you have another thought, like, ooh, do I leave the oven on? What you do is you label that a thought, and you push it out of your mind, and you say, I'll deal with that later. And you go back to focusing on the one thing. And there are tremendous benefits to the self of being present and calm and clear-headed by practicing meditation. But that is not the sole purpose of meditation. The reason you practice meditation is so that when you're sitting with a friend and they're telling you about their good day or their bad day, you're focused on one thing and one thing only, what they're telling you.
I don't know. I don't know who I'm talking to. Presence is equivalent to psychological nudity. You can't be vulnerable unless you're nude. To expose your wound to another is vulnerability. Let me say it again. You can't be present unless you're psychologically nude. Back to Krishnamurti. The highest form of intelligence is to be able to observe without judgment. Many of us will judge others, right, by way of what we've been through and what we think we've overcome. So a lot of times it is our wounds with the black robe and the gavel judging others. No, your wounds are not in the position to be elevated to justice. Do you see? Stillness as avoidance. He's saying you can't meditate with this filter. Do you see? Or looking through this filter. You can't meditate with the past constantly creeping in, assessing, categorizing, labeling, evaluating. So many of us are afraid to be vulnerable. Many of us are afraid of affection. Many of us are afraid of love. Many of us are afraid of kindness. And I mean true kindness. Kindness, what do you mean you don't want anything? The great Krishnamurti said it this way: I love you and I don't want a thing. Who was the last person you met that was like that? The expectations are all of their wants. The expectations are usually unrealistic because they're co-authored by whom? Unrequited wounds. Stillness is really freeze. You're just using spiritual terminology. When you're threatened, you can flee, you can fight, or you can freeze. Tonight's topic, what is it? What is tonight's topic? Be where your feet are. Many of us are not where our feet are. We're not where we're standing. So how can we stand on it? Oof. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight. Do you see? Stillness, right? Stillness as avoidance. When silence is a trauma response. Stillness isn't always healing. Sometimes it's a defense mechanism dressed up as peace. I done told you there's a difference between peace and quiet. Learn how emotional disassociation hides beneath spiritual quiet. When I come forward, I'm gonna tell you, you're not where you're standing. Tonight's topic, be where you are. Standing on quicksand. I love it.
Chips. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Phil Williams on KBLA Talk.
What's smacking? Yo, we lit tonight. I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate everybody for being in here. A sincere, honest show of gratitude. Every night, you guys are fearless. You come in here, maybe some of you come in here to be entertained. Maybe some of you come in here to pass the time. But a great deal of you come in here to, I think we're all searching for something, including myself. We're all searching for a way and an answer to make ourselves better. And I'm grateful for everybody coming in here who want to grow up spiritually, who want to evolve. I want to evolve. I want to get better every single day. It is my desire to get better every single day. God bless me with a national radio show on terrestrial radio in the #2 market in America. God bless me with that. Doing something that I believe in, right? Doing something that I believe contributes to the lives of the people that tap in. And I don't care if it's one person or 40 people or 40,000 people. I don't care. Right? I'm just grateful and appreciative just for everybody being here, man. Yeah, I don't think y'all understand. Yes, John Gilbreth, yes. I don't think y'all understand what it means to feel like you're living in alignment with what you came to this plane of existence to do. That's how I feel. Well, at the same time, I'm doing what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. I'm also, there's this internal tug that says you can do better. You can get better. You, not the show, Zoe. You can get better. Right? So to see people showing up, to see people calling in, to see people liking and subscribing and you know, everything of sharing, it just lets me know, man, somebody is listening and somebody is extrapolating from what's being said, you know. Supporting the work, sir. All of it. Blessings. Ashe, 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 ashe. Oh. Nah, I appreciate y'all. This is family appreciation moment. You guys are here. So that's a big deal. You know, that's a big deal. We here, that's what I'm talking about. Man, I love Davey Lee. Davey Lee call in and his spirit is infectious, right? Man, I brought y'all down to the sticks. I love hearing that, you know? And it's just the energy and the vibe from everybody, you know, is crazy. From Pretty Brown Mimi's voice, we love Nzinga. Nzinga has that voice. She got that spirit on her. L.S. Jefferson, Attila, just everybody is so tapped in. Reggie, Reverend L, Truemonger, like everybody is so distinct and so tapped in. I think I told you guys this before. Tavis Smiley was like, Zoe, Your audience is one of the most intelligent audiences in radio. They hear everything you say. They understand what you say. They're listening to what you say. They call in. They contribute to what you say. They build on what you say. It's just, man, it's just a fucking real experience. And oh, Nikki from the SIP, my God, Cali Soul, Jesus, just all the spirit that's coming off y'all is bonkers. It's bonkers. I'm thankful to be in here with y'all.
You can't live at all unless you can live fully now. And because now is never satisfactory because we're never really living in it, we get more and more avid to go ahead and pursue the future. We develop our technology to a fantastic ability where we can more and more fulfill our desires for the future almost immediately, working towards a sort of push-button world. But have you ever stopped to think what the world would be like if you could fulfill every wish the moment you wished it? Suppose, for example, on going to bed at night, you could always dream whatever you wanted to dream. What would happen?
Man, come on, Alan Watts. With the popcorn in the background, sound like an old 45 record. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. The voice of reason is on complete fire. The now has been misused. Do you understand? Now is a clean slate. The future is a pipe dream, and the past is a prison. It's unfortunate, but that's what it is. Tonight's topic hits so hard because so many of us don't understand that all of these concepts, presence, vulnerability, individuation, all of these concepts tie into one thing. If you haven't reconciled the past, you contaminate the present. You miss the infinite gift of the now, hoping for a better tomorrow. Listen, you determine if tomorrow's going to be better if you commit to being better. How many of you been in a relationship and on the surface you look content, you look happy, you look like everything is cool, but you're secretly and silently wishing for more? In order to have what you desire, you must first learn to want what you already have. So many of us can find something wrong with what we have and forecast to the future for a better version of what we have. In order to have what you want, you must first learn to want what you already have. Be where your feet are. An intriguing look at what it means to be present. Let me say it again. Be where your feet are. So many of us are so captivated by doing, improving, changing, growing, expanding, that we forget where we are. Where you are is a blessing. How do you marginalize the blessing? By not being grateful for where you are currently, right? Can you be present with the parts of you've buried? Let me say it again. Can you be present with the parts of you've buried? To be here and now is to grieve the versions of you that you abandoned for love, for survival, and validation. Presence is integration, not escape. Did you hear me frame it up earlier? I said presence and individuation and vulnerability are synonymous. Can you be present with the parts of you that you've buried, that you've suppressed into the shadow locker? Let's call it the hurt locker. To be here in the here and now is to grieve the versions of you that you've abandoned for love, survival, and validation. Presence is integration, not escape. Do you understand? Hyper attunement is not love. I got to protect my peace. Let me tell you something. Peace don't need a damn bodyguard. Real peace don't need protection. Huh? Real peace travels to calamity and is unshaken. I know y'all, nobody told you that. Hyper attunement is not love. When your presence is just a survival strategy, you're not present. You know what you're doing? You're probing. You're observing. You're slight collecting. You're looking for them to let you down. It's too good to be true. I know you ain't never heard it put that way. Codependent empathy often masquerades as presence. But if you're attuning to avoid abandonment, you're not present, you're performing safety. I'm going to keep hitting you upside your dome piece on your way home from Jones Beach with these concepts. Maybe you didn't know you were doing it. Maybe you didn't know it was being done to you. But I'm giving you the words here. Codependent empathy often masquerades as presence. But if you're attuning to avoid abandonment or to secure supply or to secure resources, performative empathy yet again, codependent empathy, ain't gonna get no better than this. This is best I can do at this stage. Codependency in presence, hypervigilance in relationships, emotional attunement, trauma, survival empathy. Let me empathize before they leave. Let me show some fake understanding. That's not presence. Presence without perception. What if you've never felt safe enough to be here? When I come forward, I'm going to the phone lines. Yo, this shit. Hey, 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 yo, hey, yo, yo. Come on, talk to me. What do y'all think about tonight's topic? What do y'all think? What we on? What are we on tonight? What up, King Joseph? Congratulations once again for graduating, bro. Very proud of you. Very proud of you. Good work. Hi, Hannah. L.S. Jefferson said, I need this work. This topic. Yesterday's topic. Hey, the clinicians are now starting to drop topics on us. Jamila, love, 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 love. Jamila sent us our one and only Cash App. Jamila, love, 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 love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Javon Jackson, on point topic. Learn to really stay 10 toes down. People don't know how to do that, Javon, but thank you for that good game. Everybody thank Jamila. She dropped a little piece on us. Everybody thank Jamila for the love. Hey, we got 52 people in here. Let's get those likes up. We got 48 likes. We got 48 likes. Come on, let's get the rest of those. We need 4 more people to hit the like button. We appreciate everybody for being in here. Nothing but love, 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 love. Let's keep the vibe of love going. The flow of organic reciprocity. The flow of presence, right? Sometimes we're not present on the topic. We may think we've heard versions of the topic before. We may think we understand the concepts, but sometimes it's about being present to see how maybe I didn't apply what I've heard a few times from Zoe. Maybe I didn't take the first time I heard it, it didn't resonate or hit as hard as maybe the 4th time I heard it. But just know, we're going to keep hitting you with this insight. I don't think there's anybody else out there doing it quite like this. There are a great many people out there that I love, that I respect, that I honor, that are doing great work. But this is a unique thing over here.
Talk a lot about, being present, and you talk about conditioning and how we are conditioned. And I think about my own negative thinking and how some of that is conditioning. And then you know people who, they just seem to have this old soul, this spirit. And so I wonder about nature versus nurture and what your thoughts are. Is there like a short gene for anxiety that causes all? I guess for me, being in the present, when you have that fight or flight, like how do you tame that?
How do you?
How do you tame that? You know, the fight or flight when your heart is racing. And is it just doing it and being in the present?
When you are anxious, you mean, or nervous?
Anxious, and then it causes all that negative thinking.
Negative thinking. How to go beyond that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there are various ways, which I sometimes call portals into the state of presence. I just, for the previous questioner, because it's really similar questions, how do I get out of my mind? For the previous questioner, I talked about feeling the inner energy field of the body, but for you, I will talk about a different portal. And that is a very universal portal. All portals are closely related to each other. So this portal is called the present moment. And present moment awareness or attention to the present moment more than anything else. It's a redirecting of your attention. As soon as you discover within yourself, you realize that you are entering a non-harmonious state of consciousness through irritation, upset, nervousness, worry, anxiety, anger subsisting for a long period of time, any kind of dysfunctional, non-harmonious state of consciousness, or to describe it in other words, unhappiness in whatever form, because unhappiness can take many forms. The moment you realize that, and for you to realize that already requires a small amount of awareness, because the people who are really deeply unhappy almost as their normal state, and there are many in this world, they don't even know it, because they don't know anything else. So there are millions of people running around this planet in a state of unhappiness, and whatever form this unhappiness takes. And if you ask them, are you unhappy? They say, no, I'm not.
If you have orphaned parts of yourself, like many of us do, you're not even present with self. That's why I said presence, vulnerability. Individuation, it's all the same thing. You're not even self-present. That's why he's so busy doing. Look at some people have never lived in the now, only in the future, anticipation, and in the past, regret. They use the beauty of the now as a bridge for, I'm gonna do better next time. Ooh. Oh. Learn. We must learn how attachment trauma makes the present neurobiologically inaccessible. Krishnamurti says it an entirely different now. Oh, he says it, Krishnamurti says it in an entirely different way. He says, peace is of the heart, not of the mind. To know peace, you have to find out what beauty is. If you have orphaned some of your own wounds and sequestered them into the shadow hurt locker of your spirit, you don't even see yourself as beautiful. That's why your external beauty is a type of currency that pays you through manipulation. I know you don't want to hear it put that way. I know you don't. I know you don't want to hear it put that way, but I'm going to give you the truth tonight. Do you understand? When the now feels foreign, unlearning the addiction to psychological time, presence feels unnatural to those who've lived in survival timelines. That's black folk, even now. Think Joy DeGruy. Post-traumatic slave syndrome still affects African Americans today. Right? Presence feels unnatural. That's why it's such an emphasis on you got to show up, you got to make peace so I can be peaceful. No. Peace is, you can carry peace wherever you go if you cultivate it within. Become the eye of the storm. Stop being the temporary storm. There has never been an everlasting storm on this planet. Maybe the great spot on Jupiter, 300 some years and going. But we're not there, we're here. Every storm subsides, but you were never taught to become the eye of the storm, which is never perturbed. All of this unbothered stuff on the internet are lies. Only the bothered post that they're unbothered. Otherwise, the post wouldn't even matter. Why I gotta post that I'm unbothered? I'm unbothered. Being unbothered is not a performative thing. You have to learn how to deconstruct how identity is welded to the future. Seeking and past avoiding. See what I'm saying? Deconstruct how your identity, i.e. ego, is welded to future seeking and past avoidance. If your thoughts aren't yours, can you ever be present? Many thoughts are inherited, familial, cultural, and karmic. True presence begins where ancestral scripts and social programming end. I'm sitting at the cigar lounge telling people, based on your generation and the nomenclature and the language y'all use and the slang, I know where you are psychologically. You could tell me about where you were from, who raised you. I read it all. Do you see? A lot of times you are carrying this prepackaged cool, this prepackaged presence, this prepackaged I'm unbothered, but it's not true. Right? Let me say it again. Many thoughts are inherited, familial, cultural, and karmic. True presence begin where ancestral scripts and social programming end. I said it earlier. Being present is being psychologically vulnerable, naked, nude. For many people, being psychologically nude is worse than being outright nude in the public. When we come forward, I promise you, we're going to the phone lines. Let's get it. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Put up a 1 if you learned something. Zoe's cooking and serving it hot. Who's hungry? Put up a 1, the number 1. If it's fire, if you're learning something, if it's a different perspective, if it's pulling you outside, let me know. Fishbone, I see y'all. That 1. Uno. Yes, I'm coming to the phone lines right now. Thank you, Attila and Nzinga and all the others. Shout out from Seattle, Zoe. What up, Mark P? Thank you guys for constantly reminding people to go to my Cash App. If you find this information valuable, if you find it relevant, if you find that it's meaningful, Don't be afraid to send $2 or $3 to the Cash App, $5, whatever you feel this content is worth. Please support. You can either support on the super chat. We have no super chats, which is the $ at the bottom of the chat. You can go there, or you can send it to my Cash App. But do something like, share, subscribe, and support if you can. Totally understand. If you don't, it's not forced, but if you do, once again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I've been attracting beautiful, avoidant women, but life is a mirror. Hey, man, I understand. For the plate, Ashe, I'm staying on point. Thank you. I'm staying on point. Thank you. You started it off. You gave us a two-piece. Boy, you know a two-piece and a biscuit will get you through a tough time. We appreciate it. We appreciate it all. B-Dub, what up? One. Gotta get it done.
Fantasies and fetish, financial infidelity. I'm dating a bad person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
I love good heavy stuff. The child wasn't here, and you still had to play child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How is that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I was like, this gonna take war, man.
You told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed. I hit you with a bad vibes routine. How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses. Yeah.
How do you make my name so well?
So real.
Reason and accountability.
The voice of reason.
When you have a gap between the observer and the observed, then there is a time interval, and during that time interval, other factors enter. Conflict arises, and so on. Therefore, it is imperative to remove this gap. Otherwise, you cannot observe actually the present. You get it? You see the logic of it at least.
Do you see the logic of it at least? Man, Krishnamurti, boy. Hey, we call him Krishnamurti because he gonna hurt your feelings with the truth. I love Krishnamurti's work. Listen, hour number 2, the first hour flew by. You understand? Tonight's topic, be where your feet are. A deeper look, an intriguing look at the purpose of presence and why, for so many, it's difficult. The present moment as betrayal, when letting go feels like losing the only self you've ever known. Letting go of your trauma-formed identity may feel like death. Presence isn't just peace, it's profound psychological dismemberment. Ego death and presence, identity loss and healing, trauma and self-surrender, spiritual disintegration, disintegrate the identity that your unhealed wounds created. Be where your feet are is tonight's topic. We got callers on the line. I want to get them all in right now. Who's been on the longest? Attila, Houston, Texas. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Attila from Houston.
Okay, sorry,
There
my
you
bad.
go, there.
My bad. So, I'm on my phone. I'm struggling.
It's all good. Talk to me.
Well, first of all, you should definitely start calling yourself the trauma whisperer, because baby.
The trauma whisperer. I love it.
Yes, I'm on topic. But no, seriously, okay. So I wrote something in the chat, and it kind of got me thinking. Like, I'm wondering, in regards to the presence thing, if we're neglecting presence because we're expecting perfection, where imperfection is actually needed. And to me, like, that connects to yesterday, because in order to have a lesson learned, you'd have to be imperfect. You have to make a mistake, right?
And accept it.
For a lot of us,
yes.
So for a lot of us, that's like our biggest fear. So we're not getting to the point of presence because we're not wanting to make a mistake.
That's a bar. That's a damn bar, child. What in the world? We done let perfection get in the way of our ability to learn lesson. Come on, talk to me about it.
Because, okay, like, when I think about having to go through the process of unlearning people pleasing, the biggest thing that I had to accept is just that, like, look, you've made a mistake, or you're not perfect or right in this area, and you have to accept it, make amends, right? Like, go through the process. It's almost like a 12-step process of becoming human. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Anyway,
wait, no. You got me thinking. A 12-step process to becoming. That might, listen, hold on.
Topic, I know.
Wait, the 12-step program for becoming? We need that. Has anybody ever created that? We need that.
We can. Why can't we? Let's do it. Let's go.
Okay, there go our topic for tomorrow. Hey, Attila, my niece, guess what you did?
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the building. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. This is a national discussion. We're going to talk to every city, every state. Don't let your state be late to the party. 1-800-920-1580. Get on the phone right now. Hey, let's run back to Los Angeles after visiting H-Town. Let's get my brother, JW, South Central Los Angeles. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Hey, how you doing, Joe? Yeah, please be patient with me. I'm trying to talk slow and be real defined on my words to comprehend. Now, last night I was talking about my wife. Now, just to reiterate, I have realized prior to knowing her and meeting her, I had said to myself what type of person I wanted, and I recall this thing about the different type of person that a person would want. And it has to be this type of category. And I said, well, what do you do for the next step? And then when I met her, like I stated, it was like love at first sight. And the fall was, I met her prematurely. It was within 1 month. And there was foolishness in it all, making a point about, you know.
Wait, JW, let me stop you for 1 second. Are you on speakerphone?
Yes, I am.
Hey, you don't. We gotta hear you, J-Dub. Okay.
As I was saying, I knew better, but when I met him, it was a premature marriage because I only knew him for a short time. So I said, oh man, foolish. Okay, but anyway, going through the process, and you have to be patient because sometimes I can't retain thought. And I try to come back and gather my thoughts and make it make sense. But anyway, I realized that my mistakes were being repeated. And I believe it's because, first of all, I wasn't aware or conscious of my flaws or my problems. First of all, because a lot of times when I would listen to you, I would say, what if you don't know that you got this issue or you're not aware of it? Because you mentioned that earlier too a moment ago. And I'm one of those persons. And then my mind always raced. So therefore, I'm not being in the presence. And I do have a problem with trying to focus or concentrate or meditate. That's something that I rarely have done throughout my whole life, as well as past. And so I know it's going to have to be something intentional, and I'm going to have to focus on it and practice, take that first step, and move through it. Like your niece said, a 12-step process. Because I always say about process. That we call. But also, I realize that I am comfortable with myself because I'm sitting right now in the office listening to your show, and I can be in my own self, and I don't zone out, but I don't be in that focus state unless I'm just listening to something. So I guess that's part of the mind racing, being distracted. And I got it.
Let me just say this to you. Let me just say this to you, J-Dub. You are one of the most transparent callers we have. You call in, you lay it all out on the line, you share. I know, brother. But guess what? How many resources have I given you on this show? You can call one of my sisters. One of my sisters, man. Dr. Shalonda.
I told you I spoke with Dr. Sunshine, but I mentioned my
then
cousin is coming home.
Dr. Jashana Johnson. Come on, brother.
But I'm being honest and blunt, direct, candid, and frank. I'll be multitasking, too busy, and that's part of excuses.
But you know you can't be too busy for yourself, J-Dub.
That's so true. I want you to recollect. I said my cousin's coming home. She's going to have a degree in psychology, and I trust her, and I can get down with her if we can get a degree.
Oh, that's
so
good.
I don't think I'm going to neglect myself. So
okay. I don't want you to neglect yourself, brother, because I'm going to tell you, I know the radio show is good, but the radio show's not therapy.
I understand, because I need tools.
You need tools, brother. Listen, let me just say this, man. I love you, and I appreciate you. You always gonna have a voice on this show. Guess what you just did?
South Central LA into the house. Man.
South Central LA is on the board. We got Houston. We got LA. What other city is going to pop up? Come on, let's get busy. You already know what it is. Cali, Seoul, Denver, Colorado. The national discussion continues. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I love tonight's topic, and thanks for doing it. It's a lot for me.
It's a lot for you?
No, I said it's brought up a lot for me.
Talk to me.
And the one thing that I keep asking myself is gratitude not vulnerability? And oftentimes we're always creating. We're never not creating. And a lot of times with our demonstrations, the one thing that we forget that will anchor us into the present is just simple gratitude. We'd be so busy, you know, you can make a master demonstration or just a glitch that's a piece of your demonstration. And instead of expressing gratitude and just being grateful for whatever you manifested, whatever has shown up in that moment, I think our trauma responses have us like, okay, what's next? Because I gotta, you know, it's like it's a trauma response. I did this, okay, I gotta always be on the grind. I gotta have steps C, D, E, F, G, you know, in the holster and ready to go. But it's like it would serve us well to express gratitude to God and to ourselves.
Right.
And just bask in that instead of being so quick to jump to the next.
But do you see what the power in what you're saying? First and foremost, listen to what I'm about to say. Gratitude is presence. Do you see? You just said it. It's there. Gratitude is present. I'm in the moment with Cali Soul. I am listening attentively to what she is saying. I'm listening without judgment. I'm listening to her emotions, her feeling, her vibe. Everything is coming. Do you see? And I am grateful for what she said. Most of us, we try to capture the beauty of the moment and then try to replicate it. You know, this was a nice restaurant. We got to come back here more often. Oh, there's a beach in a hidden beach over in Palisades. Hardly nobody go to. I go there all the time. We try to recapture it as opposed to just being nude, psychologically nude and present in the moment. Grateful, gratitude, presence, vulnerability. All of these words are synonymous. Individuation. Girl, you just hit us upside the dome piece on our way home from Jones Beach. Do you understand what I'm saying? She said, be grateful. And being grateful is not an act. It's not a performance. For some it is, by the way. I don't want to. But be grateful. Not do grateful. Be it. Embody it. Talk to me.
Come on now. You know, another thing, a prime example of that is the sunset, right?
Yes.
The sunset.
Yes.
And the first thing some people want to do, and I was guilty of it until I figured out, you're not going to capture this. In order to behold this, you must just stand and witness it with your eye. But oftentimes when the sun is setting or when the sun is rising, we want to try to capture it with a photo. And it's like, you can't do that. You can try, but that's taking you out of the moment. Put your phone down and witness it with your eye. And that anchors you again to the present. I remember I had a mentor when I lived in Miami, and she was taking me home one day. And for me to live in Miami was a dream of mine. It was something that I was projecting my future, trying to get there. And then when I finally got there, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that I deserved it. I couldn't believe the neighborhood that I lived in.
Right.
I couldn't believe I could walk to the store. I could walk to the beach, and that was my life. I could not believe it. And I remember Sister Rosetta told me, and I didn't get it when she told me. It went in one ear, out the other, over my head and under my feet. She said, yeah, I've had a master demonstration before, and I realize now that I didn't have the consciousness to behold it.
Wow.
And when she told me that in that moment, I was like, oh, okay. I didn't really get it. But now I do. And it goes back to gratitude. Instead of, oh my goodness, what am I doing over here? People looking at me, I shouldn't be in this neighborhood. It's like, no. You listened to God and you brought yourself to this moment. So enjoy it. You deserve it. You got to remind yourself, your manifestations, you deserve them.
Right.
Whether good, bad, ugly.
Right. And talk to me. You said you deserve it, so enjoy it.
Yes.
Many of us take enjoyment and again try to extend it. Spiritual enjoyment has nothing to do with extending the experience. Do you see?
Come on.
It's about immersing oneself in the experience in the moment, and then when it's time for the experience to fade, you fade.
Yes.
Don't go nowhere. Stay with me. Denver is on fire. Do you want to be here? Grady, do you want to be here? Yo, it's fire. Boy. Hey, yo, it's fire right now. Cali Soul and LS Jefferson, they hit us with 2 Cash Apps. We got 3 Cash Apps for tonight. I'm appreciative. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm appreciative. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. If you want to support the channel, we have a $sign right there at the bottom. That $sign is called the Super Thanks. It's a way of saying thank you. It's a way of showing gratitude and gratefulness for the show. I really believe this is one of those topics, one of them ones. I think it's probably one of the best topics of the year. Today's topic and yesterday's topic have been out of this world. I don't, you tell me, right? You tell me, right? Today's topic, yesterday's topic, out of this world. Amazing topics that have revealed quite a bit. Whoa, the year is pushing it. No question. The year 2025, man. I thought 2023 was crazy. But yo, like, these topics are bananas, man. I think that's what separates us. Like, it, yeah, we're somewhere else with this, man. No, we got the rest of the year. And let me tell you something. This is what y'all don't know about Attila. Attila hit me with a 12-piece. Not 2 topics. There go Attila again. I'm gonna give it an 8.357. Is it, girl? That's an 8.4. Hey, but Attila hit me with like 10 or 12 topics the other day. Like, bop, 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 bop. I said, oh Lord. Then she hit me with one today. Was that today? Both of us was like, oh hell, we doing that shit on Monday. I forgot what the topic was called, but it was crazy. I'm an artist, and come on, Badu. Come on, Badu. Attila, stingy ass. It's enough to go around. Attila, hell, I'm an artist. I love it. That's my niece.
A pattern of self-sabotage is the result of an internal conflict between the true self, who longs to participate in this life, and an inner critic whose job it is to undermine all participation. The inner critic is a bringer of death. It threatens to empty out your life and leave you empty and lifeless. The inner critic is a copy, a leftover, a shadow, a remnant of abusive figures that we have been close to in our lives. Abuse even takes well-intended forms.
Think of a very strict father who's just trying to protect you. Think of an overbearing mother who just wants you to know that she loves you. These factors can limit the development of a personality, and we carry these limitations around in our own heads later on, and we call the results self-sabotage, when it's not really us, and it never really was.
Wow. How can you be present when you're repressing all of that? Again, the most important relationship you would ever be in is the one with self. The real marriage is the marriage of the shadow and the mask, individuation. If you're getting married before you individuate, you're setting up the university of you. The conflict that manifests in that relationship will be a reflection of that which hasn't been integrated. You wonder why the marriage rate is over 50%. The divorce rate is over 50%. You wonder why, right? Relationships are inherently spiritual. I say it all the time. Before I get back to my caller, just know this. Our KBLA Talk 1580 4th anniversary events are fast approaching, and seating at all 4 of our special events is getting tight. Have you registered at our KBLA1580.com website? If not, let me encourage you to stop and do it right now so you don't get left out. It's just that simple. It's our 4th anniversary. Man, that 4 years flew quickly. I think I got here a year and a half in. Listen, zipped by, all right? And we really want to celebrate it with you. If you are planning to join us for our 4th anniversary celebration and barbecue on the Juneteenth holiday, we're asking everyone to bring a food gift card of any amount for the victims of the Altadena fire. Grocery store chain or restaurant, we're grateful for whatever you bring to help the family still displaced by the wildfires. So go to our KBLA1580.com website right now and sign up for the events you plan to attend. All of our anniversary events are free, but seating is limited and you must register now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Back to the topic. In what ways does our attachment style and conditioning shape our beliefs on what it means to be present? True or false? Anxiety is the absence of presence. Ooh, come on, anxious preoccupieds, APs, stand up. True or false? Anxiety is the absence of presence. In what way is being stuck in the past and or over fixated on the future ultimately a result of dissatisfaction with the self in comparison to the external world? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. If your attention is fragmented, can your identity truly be whole? Do you feel emotions, or are emotions feeling you through the lens of forgotten time? In the stillness of now, what part of you resists disappearing? Is presence an act of will or the absence of a story? When we come forward, we going back to Denver, Colorado.
This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships.
Attila, you like them questions?
He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Phil Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Body believed to be a young black child, 2-year-old Montrell Williams, was found in the East River in New York near the Weinsteins of interfering as agents tried to arrest black mayor Ron Baraka. And survivors of the deadly Sapelo Island dock collapse in Georgia are suing the company that built it. 7 people died.
Ooh, I don't think you can see anything outside of yourself if you can't see yourself first. Cook. Cook it up. Ooh. A fooditis. Wait, somebody just hit the super chat. We got $6.99. Who was that? Hey, the Garden of Eden was when we were psychologically nude. Yes. Brother, how do I pronounce your name? And thank you so much for your super chat. How do I pronounce the brother's name who just gave us a super chat? We appreciate it. We made $6.99 in 90 minutes, and a little over 90 minutes. But hey, no complaints. Brother, how do I pronounce your name? I want to say it correctly when I shout you out. Everybody hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the share button. Yeah. Is it ADL choice? Is it Adele? Attila, help us. Send help. We appreciate you, brother. If you're enjoying the content, oh yeah. Thank you, Nzinga. Thank you. Time to lay it down, King Joseph. Yep. Attila did it. Thanks again, Nzinga. Sounds like the itis to me. June is almost over. So hard to stay present at work these days. Gotta get my empathy back. Start with empathizing with yourself. It'll come back.
have a young generation that has mistaken vulnerability in broadcast, where you sit in your room by yourself, put your phone on record, and make a video of yourself crying because of the loss of a relationship, and then posting that on Instagram or Snapchat or YouTube or whatever your media of choice is, and the hashtag is just being vulnerable. And there's nothing vulnerable about that. You were by yourself, broadcasting to the world, live or videoed, it didn't matter. Do that exact same thing with the person you hurt. That is way more difficult. Don't leave a voice memo saying, hey, I'm really sorry, just taking accountability. Call them or go visit them and look them in the eye and say that exact same thing.
Nah, stop this video, bro. Stop. No, we have to play that again. What in the world? Did you? Hey, man. If you didn't hear anything we said in the past 90 minutes, hear this.
We have a young generation that has mistaken vulnerability in broadcast, where you sit in your room by yourself, put your phone on record, and make a video of yourself crying because of the loss of a relationship, and then posting that on Instagram or Snapchat or YouTube or whatever your media of choice is, and the hashtag is just being vulnerable. And there's nothing vulnerable about that. You were by yourself, broadcasting to the world, live or videoed, it didn't matter. Do that exact same thing with the person you hurt. That is way more difficult. Don't leave a voice memo saying, hey, I'm really sorry, just taking accountability. Call them or go visit them and look them in the eye and say that exact same sentence that you just left a voice memo for. That's vulnerability. That's really hard and requires practice, and you avoid it because it's difficult.
In the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, who was that man talking? Just a random man. Oh, that was fire. But that is presence. Accountability can also be seen as presence. Oh, this is fire. Tonight's topic is crazy good. Let me get Callie Soul back in here because I want her final thoughts. I want her summation of tonight's topic. Callie Soul, give it to us.
That clip that you just played, I call that being willing to have a courageous conversation.
Which is present, right?
That's present.
Yes, yes.
And then you also asked the question, is anxiety the lack of presence?
Yes.
And that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, presence is the absence of a story or a script.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as you get to, playing out your script in your head, you're stepping outside of the present. That's not the truth. That's what you want to create in your mind.
Wow. Wow. Man, I ain't got to say it, but we love Callie Soul. If you can't love Callie Soul, your heart is dead.
Hey, I think that was Neil Hurst spoke about that too. Like, if somebody finds themselves not liking me, I'm like, why would you withhold yourself from that? You deserve all this goodness.
Hey, we love Callie Soul. Callie, guess what you just did?
Brought Denver in the building.
Denver, Colorado is in the house. Denver's on the board. If you want to bring your city to this board, this conversation, this national discussion, please call me, 1-800-920-1580. The speaker in the last clip, his name is Simon Sinek. All right, Simon Sinek. He was on complete fire. We got another caller on the line. I want to get him in here right now. Tammy from the East Side. What? East Side? Hey, Tammy. Hey, Tammy, you from the East Side? What up, though? You know what I mean?
East Side, South Central, Low Bottoms, 49th and Central.
Come on. Let's go. East Side. What up, Tammy? We out here, whoop.
I haven't talked to you 12 years ago. Like, when y'all used to like do the call-in shows, like it is so amazing. Will you age? Like I'm gonna need you to age. No profanity. Like, you've been on my screen for 12 years and you still look exactly the same.
Wow. That meant I looked old back then.
The topic tonight, like it struck my heart because last year I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Growing up, my childhood was Rapunzel. Only difference is my tower was all toxicity. So it's like growing up with no other experiences and being a Disney kid. Like I just watched nothing but Disney movies. So it's like I came into this world as an adult. Once I finally became an adult, came out on my own. Being present is not fun. Sometimes I wish, because I've been in trauma, it's been 2 years, I've been in trauma therapy, they finally got me on the right medication, and now that I see how things are, it's like sometimes, like, I miss that disassociation, I miss that disconnect, I miss that, like, I like to say, like, I lived in cool world, but it's like, so... That's where, for me, it's like the disconnect with being present and the problem with being present all the time. It's like when I'm going to use what's going on right now. I literally just took a U.S. Mexican history class. This is illegal. This is genocide. And instead of doing the proper thing and filing paperwork and finding out what happened to the Treaty of Guadalupe, we're tearing it. Like, this is our ancestors with handiwork. Like, my grandfather and my great-grandfather, Slauson in Vermont, the railroad, all of those little warehouses, my grandfather's blood, sweat, and tears went into that. So it's like, for us to tear it down and for us to destroy, like, this is California. This is the land of the rancheros. So why are you destroying your ancestors' hard work when it is just as easy to file paperwork? Like, I'm a black Republican, but right now, I don't think the president that we have, he's not, I'm going to say he's ignorant. I'm not going to say he's stupid. He's lacking in knowledge. He doesn't have knowledge. I'm pretty sure this man has never heard of the Treaty of Guadalupe. So it's like, for me, being in this reality and being in this moment, it's just like, it's discombobulating to me. It's very, I don't want to be present right now.
But it's beautiful. Do you know how many people you've probably inspired because you're present? See, what is... Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No. I was just going to say the invert of presence, not the invert, but a counterpart or piece to presence is patience. Right? Yeah. Yes. Sometimes in learning how to be more present, you have to cultivate patience with yourself, because yes, it's difficult to be present without the filter of the past, without the judgment and the criticism that we carry within us, right? So be patient with yourself. You are doing such a good job. The fact that you called in, the fact that you shared, like, listen, you are more present than you probably even realize. And it's such a gift. It's so beautiful that you were able to do it. So I'm acknowledging you. I'm embracing you. There's no judgment here. Listen, you're on the right track, and it sounds like you're only going to get better.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, that's what
this is like a full circle moment for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing, Tammy, from the east side. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Listen.
I'm so serious. Like, the first time I ever talked to you, I was literally, me and my husband, we were pregnant and homeless. So it's like now I'm in a 3-bedroom house sitting up on the hill, looking down at the madness. So this is like a full circle moment because you helped me through a very hard time.
No, it's all love. I appreciate you. Nothing but love. And Tammy, you can call in anytime you want to call in, okay, Tammy?
Thank you so much.
Wait.
What did she do?
Wait, Tammy. Wait, hold on. What did you just do, Tammy?
I said thank you.
No, wait a minute.
How to accept compliments.
So let me tell you how this works. Tammy, I say, guess what you just did? And then you say, brought the east side in. Come on. You brought.
Low bottoms, 49th and Central, all day, every day. My grandparents and my grandmother, she was the first black woman to be the manager at the Macy's over there.
Come on.
Don't play with me. My family, my lineage is deep. Like,
we love it.
Yeah, South Central, East Side, all day, every day. Like, it's a different place over there. I swear to God, it's a portal.
Hey.
Because the love and the camaraderie over, like, I grew up in a very it was a very mixed race neighborhood, and we would shut it down for holidays. You would walk around with a plate with the empanada soaking in collard green liquor.
Come on. Hey, once again, we appreciate you calling in. Tammy, call in anytime. You brought the east side in the building. If you want to bring your city into this national discussion, all you got to do is call me 1-800-920-1580. She making me hungry now. Right, for sure. No, that was a great call. East Side empanadas go crazy. Yo, man, this one of them ones. I don't know if y'all know. This one of them ones. This one of them ones. L Ratchet. Rev L Ratchet is our 4th Cash App donation. We appreciate it. Everybody shout out Rev L Ratchet. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. If love is conditional on narrative, is conditional love truly present? If love is conditional on narrative, is it truly present? Hey, John Stewart, these are your mothers. Diabolical question, right? If love is conditional on narrative, is it truly present? I'm so sick of users manipulating the highest level of consciousness there is, making it conditional. The fuck? Yo, hey, tonight is lit. Staying on point.
Because intellect does not have anything to do with motivation. You can logically know that you should get out of bed at 7 a.m. every morning, exercise for an hour, eat a bowl of oatmeal, and then do intermittent fasting for the next 16 hours. Like, you can intellectually know that. So if we think about what EQ is, it is the ability to recognize and become aware of what your internal emotional state is, to be able to communicate that internal emotional state, to be able to regulate that internal emotional state, and most importantly, to not let that internal emotional state impact your behavior. So, Tech Teller.
Man, tonight's topic has just been on complete fire. Callers from all over the country, per usual. We love it, we love it, we love it, we love it. Let me get my final caller in here. Ed from the City of Angels. What up, Ed? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
What up, brother Joe?
What's up, good brother?
I gotta tell you, as a Marine who came home from Iraq in '92, it is hauntingly familiar that the troops have been activated. And it almost feels like every 25 or 30 years cycle of unrest. But this time, it ain't us.
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Did we lose Ed? Ed, I think we lost.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Okay, you breaking up. Do you have us on speakerphone, good brother?
Yeah, I was driving right now.
Okay, there we go. So, your thoughts on tonight's topic? Yeah, you were expounding on something. Could you continue?
Again, it is somewhat triggering that we live in a society that almost plays out in cycles. And again, I feel bad for anyone who's suffering through whatever they're suffering through right now, especially the ICE agents who have to, get the call and he's a bad guy. And those families are getting broken up. It's terrible, but again, it ain't us this time.
I hear you, good brother. Hey, we're at the end of the show, but let me just ask you this. Guess what you just did, my friend?
I brought South Central Los Angeles into the building.
Hey, man. LA been up in here thick tonight, and I appreciate it, man. Tonight's topic, man, is presence. Be where your feet are. Such a powerful topic. Be where your feet are. A deeper look, an intriguing look at the power of presence. And why is it so difficult for us to be present in difficult moments? If love is conditional on narrative, is it truly present? These are the type of questions we're asking. Can intimacy exist without the need to be understood? Are arguments about the present or about frozen wounds that speak from the past? When conflict arises, are you defending the moment or defending the child who wasn't heard? Is vulnerability exposure or an invitation into, or is vulnerability exposure? That's a great question. Is vulnerability exposure an invitation into mutual surrender? This is tough. Vulnerability is presence, right? It's a heavy topic, and I don't expect you to digest it all at once. It's going to be on Apple Podcasts, Google. It's going to be on all of it. You guys have to go find this show and really come back to it and dissect it, because this is a show that I feel is exceedingly important with regards to maturing, spiritual maturation. Many of us struggle with that. There's a book you should also get, Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. It argues that Suffering arises not from circumstances themselves, but from our compulsive identification with thoughts and time. Presence, he asserts, Eckhart Tolle, is the antidote, not as an idea, but as a lived state of consciousness. Listen, y'all know how I do. I start the conversation. It's really up to you to finish it. I'm the voice of reason. I do this on a daily. Don't get it twisted. Tomorrow is my Friday, aka Thursday, and I'm going to hit you with a week-ending slapper. Love y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Deuces. Great topic, y'all. Yo, shit was fire tonight. For sure, for sure. Love y'all.